our listeners cannot see what this woman looks like.
Well,
but this North Dakota woman. So, Phil, why don't you describe her? Like,
she looks like.
Welcome back to another episode of Inappropriate. Welcome back to another episode of Inappropriate.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Inappropriate. I'm Jim.
I'm Steve.
And we have, I say this every time, but this episode is a landmark episode for us.
I definitely think it's going to be our landmark episode.
First and foremost, cousin brother Phil is back.
And this is a very special episode because we're in a new studio.
The inaugural kickoff?
Yes.
I said that right. Wow, first try.
Inaugural? Yeah, I can't even do it. Inaugural.
I'm not trying.
Good.
Let that one go.
Jim has completely outdone himself and
pretty nice.
And made a awesome studio.
Thanks, guys.
All right, and to add to it, when we came down the stairs, he showed us that it actually has an on-air switch. So when we were recording, it says it's on air.
When the red light's on, stay out, fuckers.
I know. I'm sure no one in your family will probably listen. But.
Right. If our listeners have not seen the studio, I posted a quick reel on our Facebook page. So if you want to check it out, Inappropriate with Jim and Steve, follow us on Facebook, and you can see the reels and all the extra fun stuff.
Yes, it's our first episode in our new space.
The kickoff, baby.
The kickoff on the new space.
That's why I'm here.
Yes, exactly, Phil. Jim told me that you wanted to make sure you were
here. I
here.
wanted to be here for this one, definitely.
So I was thinking, oh, we got to do something special, and I was thinking about boats. So what do you do when you have a brand new boat?
You smash the wine bottle on the bow.
So we're
right?
not gonna smash one, but I figure like when you celebrate something new, what do you get?
You get alcohol.
What kind of alcohol do you get?
Champagne.
You get champagne. Now we are not a classy podcast by any means. All right.
Speak for yourself, Stephen.
So I was like, you know what? That if I got a bottle of champagne, because we still have the Christmas bottle of champagne,
the Broette.
We got Broette.
Listeners, hang out with us for a couple more episodes. When we get to the 100th episode,
we should break out the Broette. We should break out the Broette. So I was like, well, I want to buy something for it. So I was like, I don't really know what to get. So I went to the store and I bought the champagne of beers.
The champagne of beers. He's holding up the classiest bottle of Miller High Life you could possibly buy.
So I figured, we should all.
I feel honored. Thank you.
Is that maybe a twist off or what?
Oh, it's a twist off.
Oh yeah, it's not foreign. It's not Papa Top. That was synchronized.
We got to cheers.
Oh yeah. Cheers to a long-lasting another
100 episodes.
Another 96 episodes. I think we're.
Salute.
But
it's not bad.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
Not bad at all. It's good. Champagne and beers.
I didn't want any.
The high life.
Yeah. Jim has a refrigerator in the wall, and I didn't want anyone to grab anything out of it. So I was like,
I have to do this bit.
I know. I was like, I got a bit. Don't get anything. So
now that we got the pleasantries out of the way, tell them, Steve, why should they stick around for another, say, 30 minutes?
So I have a story about a woman who goes above and beyond revenge.
That's very unlike women.
I know. We're going to talk about that.
Spiteful.
Ironically enough, my story is, we might have got it from the same newspaper, Steve. My story is, if you think your spouse sucks, this guy has the world's worst girlfriend.
Well.
So I'm just saying, we're going to find out how bad this dude's girlfriend actually was.
We established a tradition, so let's keep it going.
If you have somebody that you want to brag about, kick us a little message on Inappropriate at Jim and Steve. My neighbors, Brad and Fred, I don't even think they listen, but...
They just got married?
No.
Do they live together?
No. Two separate neighbors. We just had, I know it's last week, we had Halloween. Both my neighbors get their four-wheelers. They have a trailer they put up. They decorate the trailer for the kids. And he cooks hot dogs. They go all out. And all the kids in the neighborhood get in these trailers and they drive around and they park at the top of the block and the kids will do their trick-or-treating down the block. We'll pick them up. And it's a whole thing. And they go above and beyond for the kids in their neighborhood.
That's pretty awesome.
So
That's what rich white folk do. They don't do that shit where I'm from.
The ABCs.
Right. You got them lined up. You might get stuck up before you get your candy out.
so every year they've done that, and I just want to shout them out. And
Was this the first year you did that?
No. This is the third year we've done it.
Oh, okay.
But I just recognize how much work. Like Brad, he's my direct neighbor, and he got off work early, like 1 o'clock, comes home and just starts cranking out hot dogs and the fire pit and everything else, the four-wheeler with the decorations and the LEDs and shit, just goes all out.
People like their holidays, man.
Is there a holiday that you like want to go all out for that you do like about the
Because the way I think of it is, I gotta take all the time to set it up, then I gotta take all the time to take it back down, then I gotta pack it away and move all the
you
stuff.
think
in
about all the
garage.
negative stuff, not how
I'd
much
just
it makes
rather
people
not.
feel.
Yeah.
What about you, Joe?
There's like one day a year, and I think we've talked about it, where I would get in the Christmas spirit, and I'm like, I'm going to fucking put out some lights. And then I'll open that bin in the back room, and I'll just see this huge nest egg of lights, and I'm like, one little Christmas tree will go right out the front door, and that's it.
I'll stick a flag in the front yard.
The wife overcompensates by buying every on-sale blow-up that Amazon sells.
Do you know how trashy it makes your yard look?
Yeah, that's why. And every year, I'm like, I ain't putting it up. You put it up. My wife has this special thing where she will say, all right, fine, I'll just do it. And then I'll see her outside looking in, like struggling on purpose, like just waiting for me to go outside and take it over. And eventually I'll get so frustrated I will. One, if you know my house, I have one of the largest front yards.
Yeah, you
have. No demand. So you put one blow up and it looks like a hot dog down a hallway. It looks like you'd have to have 50 blow-ups for anybody to go, oh, look at that yard.
Nicole was like, well, Jim doesn't let me put anything up.
Because Jim has to want to take it down when it's in the middle of January when it's freezing and shit.
I remember one time it was my first house I lived in. My girlfriend at the time, she wanted to put up fucking lights in the like trees and stuff like that. So I put all these lights up in the trees. I did like everything. And then she came home and was like, I don't like any of that. Take it all down.
Then Steve was arrested for spousal abuse.
Since then it's always like left a bad taste in my mouth where I'm like, fuck all lights.
You know, I like where you're going with this. Why don't, Steve, you hit him over the head with what you brought to the table today?
All right. A Dallas woman sabotaged a man for 15 years after he wronged one of her friends and fucked his life up for 15 years with the one thing that everybody loves is TV.
I mean, he had to have done something incredibly disrespectful to warrant a 15-year life sabotage.
So he spit on her friend and called her a fat bitch.
I don't know if that's 15 years worthy. That's pretty tough.
I mean, I know people that murder people and get less than 15 years.
Right.
So in context, where were they when this all went down?
In a bar.
Okay, so alcohol was involved.
Yeah, alcohol was involved. He was annoyed by the woman, her friend.
Sure.
Okay.
Spit on her and called her a fat bitch.
All right, so the guy's a douchebag.
Yeah, because you should never spit on
You don't spit on anybody.
Spitting on someone is actually like,
Yeah.
I'd rather get punched in the face than someone spit on me.
Yeah, definitely.
No, absolutely.
Definitely.
For the sake of the story, because we don't have all the information, we're going to assume that it was something petty. But who knows what transpired prior to that? Like, yes, you don't do that ever. But like, if they were going at him all night long, and he just lost it because everyone's drinking.
Jim instantly goes to the guy's side.
There's two sides to every story.
I'm not saying.
The truth is always in the middle.
What would somebody have to do to you to piss you off enough that you just hockaloon in the face?
I've done I've done some fucked up shit.
I've done some shit.
Yeah, but I've never spit on anybody's face because I feel like that.
Absolutely. And the guy, like I said, the guy's probably a douchebag, and he could be a hothead, and she might have just bumped into him,
Right.
and he turned around and said it. So I'm not defending him. All I'm saying is, I would like to know what led up to that.
Yeah.
It doesn't defend what he did. Like, I'm not condoning spitting on anybody or calling someone a fat bitch. But I'm just saying, what happened? Because like, let's say she was doing like 30% and he went on and just took the rest of the 70%.
Road rage. He got road rage. Yeah.
Okay, he's wrong, but does that deserve 15 years?
No, I don't think. I don't know.
Hey, Tupac said revenge is like the sweetest, the next to getting pussy or something like that. You know what I mean? So,
but think of like
quote unquote.
Right. Take what it is.
I also think that the fact that you want to do this to someone for 15 years is a lot.
Like who?
Well, first of all right. So for 15 years, how are you in a person's life for 15? If it's almost like they've known each other before.
Yeah, right. Like how
throughout the town or something like that.
So let me tell you.
How did she find him?
After the incident, she found him on Facebook, which I don't think is hard to do.
Nah.
You can.
I mean, but how would you know his name?
I don't know. She probably
maybe he was like a third circle, like.
Where you said Texas?
Yeah.
Well, it's a town in Texas.
Right,
everybody knows. They're at the football games every Friday night.
Act like Dallas is small. It's like
Texas the big.
I'm thinking a little town in Texas. Sorry. You know what I mean? Everybody's got a Ford truck or something.
Yeah. So what she did was she became friends with him on Facebook, and what she did, as she did this, she would create new Facebook accounts, and then friend him again, and then.
So he's an idiot for just accepting just random people.
So he probably spit in her face for no goddamn reason.
Yeah, because he kind of.
I'm starting to sway back to the other way.
Right.
So at the time, Breaking Bad and The Walking Dead were the popular shows. The popular shows on TV.
Didn't watch neither one of them.
So what she would do? Really? Oh. You're fucking missing
I'm
out.
weird, man.
You're not invited back until you watch at least 2 seasons of Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
But I watched a season.
That is your show. Like that.
I hated it.
No. Give it 2 seasons.
Breaking Bad. My cousin said we've argued about this. He argued about me about Breaking Bad, and I was like,
"Oh my God.
I didn't like it.
I mean, to him.
Yeah.
So what she would do was go on to the Reddit forums, and she would find out what happened in this week's episode, and then post it on his Facebook page. So it would ruin every week of Breaking Bad and The Walking Dead forum.
My hot take on that is, one, she was way too invested in this guy. Like, you know how a stalker falls in love with,
right.
She had an infatuation with this guy. Obviously unhealthy, way beyond. Like, at one point, your friend is probably like, dude, lay off. I've moved on. I've moved. And she's like, nope. I still got unfinished business. We got to take that motherfucker down. Nobody spits on my friend and gets away with it.
So she did that for a couple of months. And then she goes into her college class, her political science class in college. And then who's fucking there? The guy who spit on.
Oh, shit.
The guy.
See,
so I guess Dallas is a small ass.
Yeah, there you go. And you feel like an idiot.
And he doesn't know who she is.
No, not at all. Because she always made fake Facebook accounts. And then once he blocked her, she would just create another one and then do the same bit over and over again.
See, that just goes to show you there's pure evil in this world. You know what I mean? Like, there's you got some serious hatred in your heart to do something like that. Constant.
So she stopped doing it on Facebook, and then she sees him in her political science class. So he one day lights up a PowerPoint presentation, and the PowerPoint presentation has his Reddit name in it. So then she goes on his Reddit. She starts posting all this shit to his Reddit thing. Then he was engaged at the time.
She's stalking like a
I know.
She's waiting
so while she's engaged, he starts posting on Reddit unsavory pictures of other women that he's claiming to be his fiance, but it's not his fiance. So she calls him out on Reddit with it.
This is the weirdest story ever.
I know. And then
two of the weirdest people ever collided.
They should probably get married.
Exactly. That's what I'm.
They're just made for each other because he can't stop fucking around, like fucking saying other shit,
right.
and then he does this. So she finds his fiance and gives her everything.
Like all the Reddit stuff?
All the Reddit stuff.
Wow.
All the Reddit stuff. And he ends up breaking up the marriage. breaking up the engagement.
Okay, well, that's good. Because he was a douchebag
he was
anyway.
A douchebag. Yeah, so he probably...
I actually thought he'd tell me I was going to find out it was the fat girl he married. And he married her afterwards. He was just ashamed of it.
Kind of like super anti-gay guys like getting Hummers in the bathroom and shit.
Right. What Mike Tyson said, you hate what you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
She ended up, over 15 years, ruining every TV show he ever loved and breaking up his engagement.
Okay, so I take my original statement back. The guy's just a douchebag.
Seems that way, yeah.
Doesn't take away she went too far, like
beyond.
wasting too much energy on one douchebag. But in the end, it kind of worked itself out.
Could you imagine if somebody cheated on her? What would happen to that person?
Yeah, I'd like to know if she has
dumb.
a boyfriend. How long she's been able to keep.
Right.
I mean, she's definitely willing to commit to the bit. So she doesn't have commitment issues, that's for sure.
You got to respect her for that.
Yeah. I mean,
15 years though?
Given the scenario, he is a douchebag. She went 15 years of doing this stuff. Was she out of line?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to say she was.
At the statute of limitation.
15 years for constant revenge. It's just too much energy focused on something negative.
And it's not even you. It was her friend.
She needs a brag.
Who did it say her name in the article?
Her last name's Heard. Not
is it Amber?
Amber. Right.
You gotta stay away from those Herds.
Herd family. Right.
If you're dating anyone that says the last name Heard, right now you should just think about
expect some shit on your bed.
Literally.
Life is a circus, man.
Dude, I know.
Really don't, like all the weird shit that goes on.
If you were going to be a celebrity, but you had to go through that trial,
nope.
You wouldn't do it?
No way, man. I don't want to be a celebrity anyway.
I feel like if you're going through a trial,
the guy who's in a movie.
But that's
got his own podcast.
Right. Nobody knows what I look like in a podcast. I'm a cartoon character. I wouldn't want to be a celebrity without the money.
So, given you get the money, but you have to go. You have to go through a Johnny Depp, Amber Heard trial.
Well, you're already famous if you're going through a trial, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, if you sign me up and say, all right, you're going to have this much fun until this amount of time, and you're going to be successful, but you got to go through the weirdest thing in your life, and it's going to be televised, and everybody.
I know. Nicole's going to tell
sign
all your secrets.
You know what I mean? Like, whatever. I would do it. Yeah, fuck it. But if I'm already famous, because it really doesn't matter.
I know.
Like you said, bad publicity is good publicity.
Right.
So what the fuck is
and then if you think about it, it's like that people are like, oh, I just don't want to do this or whatever. These people that are saying this are fucking rich as shit.
Right.
So it's like they don't have to worry about everything.
Mm-hmm. It's very easy to say that money doesn't solve your problems when you have a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you talk about the like how spiteful and whatever revengeful women are. There was a guy I was actually on the radio this morning. He won. Well, he didn't win. He got an inheritance from somebody
that's what
passing.
I'm talking about.
Oh, is that what you're talking about?
That's what I'm going to talk about.
Yeah.
Good.
It's crazy that brought it up, but yeah.
Let me since Phil stole my transition.
Maybe I should tell the topics I'm bringing from here on.
Yeah. Phil, what do you got? Nothing. I got nothing.
I text him 3 different times, and then Phil texts me. He's like, what's off limits?
So you want? I'll come start telling stories about us growing up together and stuff. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. I know there's
we just edited
certain things. Right. You got another one of these things?
Come more champagne.
Champagne, please. We'll put that back in the good deal. There we go. High life. It started off good.
Does it say that on the bottle?
No.
You're like looking like you're reading it.
Well, I was trying to read what it said on the fucking thing. I'm always high, so I gotta fucking pay attention.
You read like you're 90 years
Dyslexic.
old.
That's because my eyes are all fucking squinted. I do need glasses though.
Have you ever been to an eye doctor?
I had glasses.
Okay.
But he lost them, and now he can't find them because he doesn't have his glasses on.
No, I lost them years ago. Actually, I got glasses because I was going for a job interview. I was like, you know what?
It'll make you look smarter. Shut the fuck up, really?
Dude, the funniest part about me is started working here a couple months later. The guy who hired me come up and he was like, I knew them fucking glasses were fake. I was like, no, they're real. But he was like, nah, good gimmick though. I was like, all right.
They're my blue light glasses. I do wear those sometimes.
It was a try.
Woman accused of fatally poisoning her boyfriend after he inherited $30 million.
Fucking crazy.
Our listeners cannot see what this woman looks like.
Well,
but this North Dakota woman. Phil, why don't you describe her? Like,
she looks like the after picture of a meth addict.
Okay,
that's
she looks like a cartoon character, and I cannot.
Without the makeup.
She kind of looks like Mr. Burns.
Okay, all right, Mr. Burns.
Mr. Burns with more hair.
She looks like the what was the duck?
Got talking to the mic.
What was the duck? The movie.
Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck. Yeah, with the face. Look at the face for some reason.
She looks like a foot.
She looks bad. She's rough.
All right.
I would spit on her if I saw her.
You better hope she's by herself and she doesn't have one of her friends with her.
She might swallow that shit.
A North Dakota woman is facing murder charges for allegedly poisoning her boyfriend due to financial motives. The police department said Ina Thea Kenoyer, fucking whatever. She's 47.
That's not her.
That's her, dude.
Jesus.
She's 47.
I was putting her like 67.
Early 70s, close to it. Yeah,
oh
somewhere
my
in that
God.
range.
Dude, fuck North Dakota. I don't want to live there.
That's meth. Meth does that shit for me. You know what I mean?
Has been charged with Class AA felony murder for killing Stephen Riley, 51, just hours after receiving a $30 million inheritance.
Went to the doctors and then died.
Was she married to him? I'm sorry.
Girlfriend.
She's not entitled to anything.
Authorities said that Kenoyer believed that Riley planned to break up with her after receiving the money. No shit, because he can do a hell of a lot better with $30 million.
I know. I would like to see what he looked like.
You couldn't even take $30 million to fix that face.
If he was a strong 3, he could do well better.
I mean, he could pull at least a 6 with $30 mil.
Yeah.
I mean,
you could be a straight -1 in $30 million and get something better than that shit. Money helps, bro.
She thought she was entitled to half of the money because she was considered his common law wife. Well, there you go. He first became ill when meeting with a lawyer about the inheritance on September 3rd. She didn't call 911 until the following day when he was unresponsive. He was rushed to the hospital and died 2 days later. According to the news and witnesses, she was slowly poisoning him with antifreeze.
Oh.
Well, she was poisoning him before he was a millionaire?
He must have knew the money was coming.
Yeah, maybe like slowly that day. Or, it doesn't really say how long.
Right.
But in any way, I mean, enough of a dose to kill a grown man with antifreeze.
Yeah, I mean, I always know the Russian.
I heard it killed dogs, but I didn't know it talking about people.
I know the Russian army used to take antifreeze and pour it through a loaf of bread during World War I, and drink whatever came out because they thought it would, and they all fucking died.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
That's fucking Russians. Because
they got them drunk. They were trying to get drunk.
Well, drunk. They were being poisoned.
And none of those motherfuckers had 30 million.
I'm like, come on, man. You've seen the videos of the Russians and shit. Yeah. They tackle cars. They don't fucking care, dude. Come on, man.
can tackle cars.
Yeah, like the weirdest thing you ever see, like Russians, they jump out of cars with hatchets. Like, who carries a hatchet?
I always see
shit,
them taking they like attach a rope to like a window
Yeah,
and
just
swing from building to building like Spider-Man.
out there in Chernobyl, radiation fucking everywhere, and they're fucking swinging on vines and shit. Fucking Russians, man.
Oh shit!
I love them.
Do you think you could get poisoned slowly?
Sure, my wife does 90% of the cooking.
But you take everything from the same pot.
I think I've been poisoned. My wife's cooking fucking horrible. I'm
She didn't do a
surprised
good
I'm still
enough job.
alive. Right, exactly. You should have ate her cooking.
Maybe that's it. Her cooking was so bad you didn't eat enough to actually
she
get.
burnt it off. Oh shit!
I would feel like, wouldn't you question it and you'd be like, "This shit tastes
fuck's
bad.
something not right?"
Shit tastes
Right.
bad."
Right.
Like,
But
it
you know,
can't-
you're and this is being a stupid man. Is it tastes bad, but whatever, we'll fucking still eat it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sick as shit, but I'm
Sure.
not going to the fucking doctor.
Yeah,
Yeah, true.
It'll
probably-
pass. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
you just,
yeah,
you know?
They count on the fact that you're not going to go to the doctor because you're just going to man up.
Yeah. Next thing you know, I got a growth coming out of my neck. Whatever.
Because you've been drinking bleach.
Right.
Or a growth coming out of your ass.
I've had that. Went through that already.
You better never inherit $30 million.
Trust me, I'm not. We're good. Close. Safe.
Shit. Pop quiz.
I'm good at this shit.
It's not normal.
Trust me. I'm better at those.
I don't know how far back you've listened to our episodes, so
Oh, all right. Selective one.
Since he's been on everything forward.
All right, here's
Nah, there's a couple of them.
here's one serious question and then two kind of either ors. Steve, I already know the answer, and our listeners will know the answer for Steve. But what album had the biggest influence for you as a teen?
Wu-Tang.
Okay.
The 36 Chambers.
All right. All right.
Yeah. But that's a I can't just label it to one. You said the
I did.
biggest, but
Yeah.
no, I know you did. I'm just saying, in my mind, it's like
you
one
know,
of the hardest things to do, though.
When you say it, the first album that pops to your mind
Wu-Tang,
is the
36
one.
Chambers.
And it doesn't mean like it's the only influence.
No, I understand
but, you know
what you're saying,
I mean?
but yeah,
Like,
yes, that would be the one. Wu-Tang 36 Chambers.
and Steve, we know was the Cure, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah. I mean, for me, it would have to be like Nirvana.
that's right.
Never
I
mind
know.
that.
Yeah, I'm pretty
You
sure
know,
that.
during Halloween when I was trick or treating, I went to a house and a guy was dressed up as Kurt Cobain, and
Was it like a?
with the white glasses,
With the head or without
I was
the
gonna
head?
say like with the shotgun. Was he carrying a shotgun around?
he's handing out candy, and he's just like, people are like, "What are you dressed up as?" He's like, "I'm a '90s grunge singer." I was like, "Dude, that's an awesome Kurt Cobain costume." He was like, "Oh, somebody finally fucking did." And I thought it was so weird that like people weren't coming up to him all the time, like the parents.
Yeah, especially because you still see shirts all the time.
Yeah,
you know, with Kurt.
They sell them
and-
in fucking Target.
Right.
So, but and then he was like, "My wife's Courtney," and then I was like, "Oh, keep her fucking far away from me. She's gonna poison you for $30 million."
Oh yeah.
All right, next question. What's worse, saying your ex's name during sex or saying your wife's best friend's name during sex?
Oof.
Oh, that's a
Wife's ex-friend, because you already
Wife-
been
No,
like
you're not- it's
wife's
you can't
friend.
combine it. You can't combine them.
He's changing the answer.
She used to be the friend, so I started fucking
So
screaming her
I
name.
saw how you looked at her.
Right. So yeah, because I felt like you already had the relationship.
What's the
with
answer?
the
Wife's
ex.
friend?
Wife's friend.
Wife's
Yeah,
friend.
yeah,
Wife's
yeah,
best
yeah.
friend's name.
Yes.
Because that means you're thinking about that shit. You know what I mean? Like you're mentally
Yes,
fucking her.
I feel like the friend's probably worse because that would mean that you've thought about hooking up with them, so they know instantly that you have an attraction towards them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's no real way out.
No.
But I
It's the lesser of two evils.
yeah, because that's
Unless you start calling her Ronnie.
I would instantly change it to a guy's name. It's just be like, I'd rather you think I'm gay.
All right, last question.
All right.
Would you rather eat a wet loaf of bread or drink a raw fish that you put through a blender?
Say that again.
Would you rather eat a wet loaf of bread or drink a raw fish that you put in a blender?
So I think that's an easy answer for me, a wet loaf of bread. Because I always watch the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. And they're always dipping the bread into the water to eat it down. So I was like,
see, I'm going.
You have fish?
The texture of wet bread
is the worst.
Disgusts me.
Yeah, I agree.
Like now, if I'm putting it in sauce for spaghetti or something.
Yeah, but normally that's like crispy.
But if it's soggy, the texture, I won't be able to down it. Yeah, it's coming back up.
Like if I always like, you know how you get those like toasted bread things if you get like mussels or something.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. Yeah, I love it.
I just like sit that shit in there and make it.
Yeah, but that's a little different because that holds the integrity. Like that bread is made to hold like the whole.
I love a bread.
It's gonna dissolve like a.
Yeah, it's fucking whatever that shit, paper mache. You know what I mean? Like you just. Yeah, no.
Yeah. You're like
I'm smashing the fish.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
The Russians drink them all the time.
See? We do what the Russians do.
So that's going to wrap it up here.
Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us for another week. Follow us on all the socials, share the podcast, give us a rating, all that fun stuff. Thanks, Phil, for hanging out with us.
Hey, thanks for inviting me for this nice,
Yeah.
extravagant room you have here. It's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, man.
How about you come back next week?
Fuck, I'm here.
All right, shit.
All right, well, let's do it. That'll do it for Inappropriate. I'm Steve.
I'm Jim.
I'm taking a piss.
See you next time.